What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to Misplayed Magic, the only Magic the Gathering YouTube channel doing giveaways based on how I draft. You'll see up on the screen here, if I do horribly, I get 0 wins. I'm giving away a collector booster pack to one of you, all the way down to if I get 7 wins, I'm giving away a draft. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below on how you think I did. Before we jump into it, the challenge wheel is back. We're going to be giving it a spin and making this draft a little bit more challenging for ourselves. Alright, so today's challenge is monocolored madness, meaning at the end of the draft, we must have a monocolored deck. We get to pick what color, but it can only be one color. Last set, we had a green deck that actually got a couple wins, so hopefully we can jump into it and sneak out a couple of victories here. Let's go ahead and see how we do. Alright, jumping into this first pack in a monocolored deck. So we... the irony! Our first pick is Noctis Lucius Calum.
You're teasing me. Naughty, naughty.
Which is an insanely good card. It's a really good card. If you're a bunch of other colors, so you can pay a red to get everything trample and haste. You can pay a green to put a 1/1 counter on target creature. You can play a white so target player gains 5 life. You can pay a blue and 3 generic, target player draws a card, or you can pay a black and 4 generic and put a target creature card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. It's great. It is really, really good. But it's not great in a monocolored deck. So it could be like a cool white life gain payoff of target player, you're gaining 5 life, you're doing the life gain thing. So definitely could be a pick here. Van Street Thief is... I don't like this card. Not a fan. I think if you're in red, you want to be doing beatdowns. We could also take a Jumbo Cactuar. Tons of rares in the pack. It's either a Noctis for some life gain or a Giant Cactuar. And you all know where this is about to go. Mono Green might have to be back. Might have to be. Mono Green Giant Creatures. Pack 1, pick 2. Alright, moving into this next pick. I do think Diamond Weapon is probably our pick. If we can somehow get some stuff into our graveyard, I think it's decent. Precious Wanderings is okay, but I will say typically it's good if you have a lot of different colors. If we are just green, then it's not great. Monk's Fist is also not fantastic. I will say, though, it is a 2-drop, and we could play it in a monocolored deck. But we're going to take the Diamond Weapon here as a super decent top end. Alright, moving on into our third selection here. So this could be some pivoting time for us. Reach the Horizon is not great. Laporta's Scout, also not great. We could take an Auron's Inspiration and do like a mono-white token generating deck. If we see some like Crystal's Chosen and other stuff, I think that actually could be pretty fun. So I'm going to pick that up here, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Being a monocolored deck is tough because we can't really synergize anything we've already taken with anything we're going to take. Hopping into our fourth pick, it would be fun to take a Garnet Princess of Alexandria. I think this card's actually okay. I don't think it's that fantastic. But if we have a bunch of solid creatures, it's pretty good, but it's 2 colors, so we can't take it. Here, it's either a Balam T-Rexar or a Slash of Light. I think we gotta take the T-Rexar, and our game plan is gonna be just ramp into giant creatures between the Cactuar, the Diamond Weapon, and the T-Rexar, and hopefully we can get like a decent looking curve out here. Hopping into our 5th selection, would love to take a Cloud of Darkness as a really good Magic card, but we won't because it's more than one color. Here, I'm taking a Town Greeter. It's going to help us go get those lands. So we're going to take that as a 2-drop. Starting Town is cool, but isn't great for us because we are playing only green, probably. It's funny we've done mono green twice with this challenge. Moving on into this next pack, would love to take an Omega Heartless Evolution. I think we just take a Commune with Beavers. It's a card. It's like a filler level card. I think it's okay. It will help load our graveyard with the Diamond Weapon. So I think that's the pick here. I don't think it's worth it for us to take a White Mage's Staff for the possibility of playing white. So I think we'll just take a Commune with Beavers here. Hopping into this next pack, we could take a Summon Chocomog or another Auron's Inspiration, but I think just taking another Town Greeter actually makes some sense. I think we're firmly in the green camp of things, and we'll just hope that we can draft a decent-looking green deck here. I think it's a little bit too late for a pivot, and we've got enough stuff that is, you know, like, good enough. I will say that is a Crystals Chosen. So there was some potential for some inspiring and some crystals being chosen. We're going to take another T-Rex art here. Super solid top end. Will help us go get those lands early on when we need them and help us cast things like the Diamond Weapon. So we'll take it here. We'll be looking for some more trampling effects here. So here I do think Blitzball Shot is like pretty critical to this deck working and just trampling over for damage. So I'm going to pick that here over the Giganttoad. I think it's just a little bit stronger, and with things like the Jumbo Cactuar, having trample is pretty important. So we're going to take the Blitzball Shot here, and hopefully we can line that up at some point in today's draft. Moving on into this next pack, I do think we'll take Apprecia's Wanderings. I think it can be okay. And we have so much to ramp into that I think it actually will be kind of a welcomed sight in our deck. I like it a little bit more than the Monk's Fist. Here we'll take a Laporte Scout, although I'm not a huge fan of that card. Not a big fan. But hey, it is a 3-drop. It's a 3-2, which is kind of tough. But if we get a lot of 4s and 5s, it can turn into a 4-3, which is okay. Garnet wheeled all the way back to us. We cannot take it here for our deck that is mono green. Here we will take an Iron Giant. And we are looking to just get like a lot of Gubu Gardeners would be good. Just somehow ramping into these expensive cards would be really nice here. Hopping into our pack 2, pick 1. I see a Torgal and I want that in our deck. Whenever you first cast a human creature spell each turn, that creature enters with a 1/1 counter on it for each dog or wolf you control. It is legendary, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But tapping to add mana is great. I will say Kuja is awesome. We had a pretty fun deck with that in our last video, so go check that out if you haven't already. Precious Wanderings can be good as well. Blitzball also might make some sense in this super expensive looking deck, but very excited to pick up a Torgal Fine Hound here. And we have some humans. Not a lot of humans. We have exactly 2 humans, so we'll be on the lookout for more humans. But we're very excited to pick that up in our 2-drop slot here. Hopping on into our second pick, I will say Chocobo Racetrack is interesting. It is really, really interesting. I think we play it. I think it's a little bit better than the Blitzball Shot in terms of actually could win us a game. Search for the Frozen Esper is okay. Don't really think we want that. So it's either that or the Blitzball Shot. I'm pretty torn here. I think there's a better chance of us seeing another Blitzball Shot later, but I will recognize this card is so crucial to our deck working. But we're going to try the Chocobo Racetrack here, making some 2/2s. Hopping into our third pick. Here, the Cactuar is interesting to me. It is interesting. I don't really think we're going to be like a beatdown deck. And it's going to be more so we get big creatures, and then those creatures have trample, and we kill our opponents. So I'm going to take a Blitzball Shot here over a Cactuar, just because I hate that we're returning this to our hand. So I'm going to do that here and take another Blitzball Shot, which I did say we would want to see. And here, wow, that is a great Bartz and Boko coming all the way to us. Mono green for the win. When it enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Really, really strong. I will say we don't have a lot of birds. Matter of fact, we have the Racetrack of birds, but that's really it. So really want to prioritize the 2-mana sorcery that makes a bird and all other bird cards now, but very, very excited to pick that up. Hopping into our 5th pick, we could take the Cactuar now. Beginning our end step, if it didn't enter, return to its owner's hand. I just feel like this card is not good. I feel like this card is bad. So I'm going to pick up another Blitzball Shot. I would love to pick up a Gladiolus Amakisha. I think that would be a smart pick and a great pick. It would help us go get lands and do landfall things. But we are doing the mono green dream today. I'm taking a Blitzball Shot. Hopping into our 6th pick. The Cactuar is following us around. I'll take one. I'll do it. I don't want 4 of these. I will take a Cactuar here. All right, hopping into our next selection, we could take a Ride the Shoot buff, which actually is... It could be okay. I'm going to pick it. I'm going to try it. I get that you should probably be playing a creature on 2 instead of this. But I think we're going to have enough landfall things to do that this actually feels okay. And then we can pay 7 to turn into a 7/7. So we're going to try the Shoot buff here over something like Apprecia's Wanderings. It is something to do on 2. Hopping into our 8th selection here, we could take another T-Rexar, or we could take another Laporit Scout. I will say the 3 mana section of our curve is troublesome, 3/4. So we should probably take another Scout just to like fill our curve with creatures that can play Magic. Here I'm actually pretty excited to pick up a Blitzball. I think it's actually pretty good to help us ramp into some of our more expensive cards. Now we'll take another Blitzball shot, although 4 of those is kind of egregious. So I don't know that we're going to be doing that. But I will say, like, there is a plan for how this deck can win games of Magic the Gathering. Here we'll take another Cactuar. We'll try it. Maybe we turn into more of a beatdown deck, but we don't have a ton of good 2s and 3s that make beating down challenging. Here we'll take another Commune with Beavers. I actually like this card. I like it. Helps us load our graveyard for the diamond weapon, so more than happy picking up our second copy of that. And we are sitting at 23 playable cards, all green, heading into this last pack, which is crazy. So things I really want to prioritize are 3 and 4 drops. Maybe a little bit more land fixing, not land fixing, but like land ramping to help us cast our more expensive creatures. But this deck it's got some legs. We will take our 5th Blitzball shot. I'm glad that we took the Chocobo Racetrack when we did. All right, hopping into this next pack, we could take the Earth Crystal. Green spells cost 1 less to cast. If 1 or more 1/1 counters be put under creature control twice that many. And then we can put counters on creatures we control. That's definitely good. But it's not great. It could be decent, though, in our deck, and like we don't have anything to do on 4. I just think the Gigantode and the Gubu Gardener might be just a slight upgrade. But if we're doing mono green, don't we kind of have to take the Earth Crystal? I feel like that's like you gotta do the dumb thing. So I'm taking the Earth Crystal here, and it's something for us to do with our deck on 4. Here we'll take a Gubu Gardener, which is a great pickup, and the only card we can take, because I don't really want to take a Crossroads Village and name green. So we're going to take the Gubu Gardener here. Really good. Will help us ramp our mana, which is awesome. Moving into this next pack. We can take the Ancient Adamantoise, which is like the mono green card. So the responsible thing would probably be to take another Gubu Gardener or a Gigantode. But the thing that we're going to do is going to take the giant green creature because we are mono green and we want to make this work. This is so funny. We're getting some hilarious cards here. We'll probably put this in and take the Iron Giant immediately out. This curve is looking a little bit psychotic, I will say, just in terms of literal creatures we can play. We are sitting at 14 creatures, 11 non-creatures, but most are extraordinarily expensive. Although I will say the T-Rexars can go and get us lands. Here, I do think another Town Greeter would be good. But I'm going to actually take a Blitzball as something that can help us ramp our mana and cast our expensive spells. Hopping on into our 5th pick. If there was ever a deck for the Summoner's Grimoire, it would be this one. Because we have so much stupid stuff. So we can do that. We could take the Prisha's Wanderings, or we could take the Grand Pulse Ochu. I will say this card, like notoriously, just putting a creature onto the battlefield is not good. It's not a good thing to be doing with your mana and a card in your deck. But because we have so much crazy stuff, we might try it. Although I think that Prisha's Wanderings might just be better. I say that as I went to click on it, and I was a little bit too late. So we're going to try the Grimoire here. Here we'll take another Commune with Beavers. I actually think we'll take a Monk's Fist as a totally fine 2-drop creature. And this deck is looking hilarious. Moving on into this next pack, we need a card like the Chocobo Kick. I think this is our first removal spell, which is hilarious. We're going to have 1 removal spell in our entire deck and a ton of trampling and stomping effects that hopefully will work. But it's great to have 1. 1 Chocobo Kick is fantastic. Moving on into our 8th pick, I do think having the Grand Pulse Ochu's not bad. I actually like that card a decent amount. We also could take the Lunatic Pandora, which actually might be better because we have no removal effects, and like paying 6 to play that actually might be decent. I'm sad we don't have any really good birds with the Bartz and Boko here. I do think now we'll play another Gubu Gardener over something like a Gigantode, just because I think we really have we know the game plan. Cast the giant creatures that we have, and we have to get there somehow. So Gardeners and the Torgal and the Blitzballs are going to hopefully help us where we can cast these stupidly large creatures. Here, we can't play any of these cards. I'll take a Sentinel. Actually, I'll take a removal spell. Oh, man. This is a funny one. I love seeing a Gigantone. We'll take it. Very excited about that. Summoner's Glimrar is pretty bad. I think we'll probably take this out. Our Bart's and Boko also is not great. There was no birds to be seen, unfortunately. Here we'll take another Grand Pulse Ocho, or sorry, our first Grand Pulse Ocho, which actually is pretty good. Crystal Chosen comes all the way back around. All right, so we have a hilarious looking mono green deck here. All right, so moving into this gameplay, this is the deck we're rocking with today. As you'll note, it's not fantastic. But remember, if I get 0 wins in this draft, I'm giving away a collector booster pack all the way down. If I get 7 wins with this, which I don't think I will give away a draft to one of you. All you have to do is a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I also have a side goal today. If I ever kill somebody with a Jumbo Cactuar, I will give away 3 packs of Final Fantasy to one of you. Same rules apply. You just got to comment down below and be subscribed to the channel, and hopefully we can Jumbo Cactuar somebody today. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. Hopping into this first game, we go first, and boy, what an opening hand this is. We've got a Grand Pulse Ochu, a Lunatic Pandora, and then a 7 mana card and a 9 mana card, and we are keeping it. We are keeping this hand. We're going to start with a Grand Pulse Ochu. All right, we're going to start with the Grand Pulse Ochu here. And next time we'll play the Pandora, we'll begin to start surveilling, which I think will actually feel like an okay mana sink for us. We've also got the Bart's and Boko with no birds, in our future. So that's a little tough. But we'll probably just start, getting lands. Trying to make this diamond weapon as cheap as we possibly can. I do think that we will stop attacking here. And then we'll probably just cycle the T-Rexar. It will simultaneously decrease the diamond weapon cost and also go get us a forest. I think we are okay taking 2 here. Because they potentially might play a bigger creature we want to block with this Death Toucher. Like a Rufus Shinra. So we will go get a forest here. And then we draw another forest, which is not ideal. But next turn we can play the Bart's and Boko, which is not going to do a ton for us. We'll see if they attack everywhere. They are. We'll attempt to block. Ooh, they are not going to. They're afraid of our Ochu. Nice. We're not going to block. We'll continue taking 2. We are going to surveil, though. We'll probably put whatever it is into the graveyard just to make our diamond weapon a little bit cheaper. Yeah, that goes in the graveyard. So now we have 2 permanents in our graveyard. So this costs 7 mana instead of 9 mana, which is kind of a hard pill to swallow. We also pull the Adamant Toys, which is awesome. Oh, this is hilarious. We have no birds. But hopefully we can stabilize here. I will say the longer the game goes, we have some just like hilarious stuff that we're doing. Grahatia is good. I do think we're probably supposed to block this because it loads our graveyard and we get closer to casting our diamond weapon. So I think we block like this. And now this should cost 6. So if we draw an untapped land, we can play the diamond weapon now, which actually feels pretty good. Hopefully we can stonewall a little bit here. And then we have just memes on memes on memes coming up, which is awesome. This also has reach, which is sick. I'm just now realizing that. I've never read the middle part of this card. 8/8 with reach. Ninja's Blades. I do not know what this card does. Whenever this creature deals combat damage, draw a card, discard a card. That player's life equals the discarded card's mana value. Okay, so they have to hit us for that to work. I think we just play a Blitzball, and then next turn we can play the Cactuar, or if we draw an untap land, we can play the Adamant Toys, and we just hold on. I think if they had a removal spell, they would have used it on the Diamond Weapon. So I'm going to do that here. We'll play the Blitzball. I don't want to attack, just because then they would have a ton of attacks would open up for them, if they have a removal spell especially. And then we'll just Surveil here. And we'll probably want a land to the top of our deck, honestly, so that we can play the 8/20 with Vigilance and Ward 2. So they do have one removal spell, which is good. They still don't have great attacks, though. They kind of just have the Grahatia. Because the Ninja's Blades, alright, they don't attack us. I mean, as long as we can stay alive, it's going to be a good thing here. Torgal, Fine Hound, we actually don't want. Untap a land would be good. Chocobo Racetrack is interesting. I think we're probably supposed to play the Cactuar. Because if we draw an untap, or if we draw one of our trample spells, we Cactuar for 1,000 points of damage, which, if I do that, I'm giving away 3 packs. So, you know, high praise for the Cactuar here. Hectize is good. I think we discard the Racetrack. Phantom Train is also pretty decent. So that's going to be like a pretty good attacker, actually, eventually. We don't get the land, which is tough. I think now we just play the Town Greeter. We'll get a land that way, and then we'll continue to Surveil. The Blitzball shot was 2 from the top, which is tough. We hate to see that. But we'll just continue to try and hold on here a little bit. Phantom Train is going to be kind of a problem on this turn, just because there's no limit to what they can do with it. They can sacrifice a bunch of other things, as we learned in the last game. So yeah, that's going to be tough here. But I will say, if we take a big hit here, we can kind of stabilize with the giant turtle that we're creating. Wow, they don't attack. Oh my gosh. So, oh, I guess because we have this up. I'm gonna Surveil 2 here. I don't think we want to kill anything. T-Rexar is good. We actually want that. So now we play the giant tortoise. Giant turtle. That's an 8/20. And then I think we attack with the jumbo Cactuar here. If they try to kill it, they won't. It's not a good blocker. I mean, it's not a good limited card, but look at it. 10,007. Once we draw that remove or the trample card, it's gonna be game on. So they do make a card out of it too, which isn't great. But I mean, what else are we gonna do? So they are going to start just drawing cards with the Phantom Train, which is pretty good, I will say. But hopefully we can just stall this out as much as we possibly can here. And if we draw the card that gives us... That would be a crazy attack. I mean, they would have to sacrifice so many things to save this. And they wouldn't get to draw any cards. I actually think we block. If they sacrifice 2 things, they've already drawn their card this turn, so they actually are just sacrificing things. And they have to sacrifice something else after this, because they're already so into it. And I mean, look, it is a 9/9, which is cool. That's cool. But our tortoise is still alive. And we just cleared out their board a little bit. So now I do think we go Gardener into T-Rexar. I do think we start by attacking with the Jumbo Cactuar here. And just trying to apply some pressure that way. Like, I think we're cool with trading with their 2/2. Not trading, killing their 2/2. They do get to draw a card, which is good, but their side of the board is much more depleted now than it was. And I'm debating. I'm debating on if we want to take out the Phantom Train now, or if we want to play the Gardener plus the T-Rex R. Or we could just play the Gardener here and then kill their Phantom Train. I'm going to play the Gardener and then play the T-Rex R. I think it's just a little bit stronger. And we'll have to try to just hold off from dying to the Phantom Train for one more turn. And then next turn, I mean, we'll rack up to 19 too, which is good. And then next turn we can play the Lunatic Pandora to try to take it out. We can pay 6. And look, if we ever draw the card that's +3/+3 and trample, I'm giving away 3 packs of Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy. And when we connect with this Jumbo Cactuar, it would be epic. I'm surprised they haven't played any removal spells. They've played 1. But it's looking like we might start to have some... be able to make some aggressive attacks here. We'll see. So they are going to equip the Phantom Train here. Draw a card, the discarded card. That player loses life equal to the card's mana value. So they could kind of like sneak attack, kill us here. So I think we're supposed to double block like this. So I'm going to double block like this. We get there! All right, we get the victory. I wish we could know what our next card was. I wish that we were in the game we could see if we were close to doing the thing with the Jumbo Cactuar. But hey, a win is a win. We are 1-0 with this deck, which is awesome. So awesome. All right, hopping into this next one, our opponent goes first, but I think we keep this. We can go the Grand Pulse Ochu into the Shoe Puff into eventually a Gigantoad, and we can start making that Death Toucher have some counters on it, which is not fun to deal with if you're an opponent. So hopefully that's decent for us here. Looks like they are going to blow up our Grand Pulse Ochu, which is a little bit of a bummer. I think now we're actually pretty excited to play our Torgal, a Fine Hound. And then next turn, never mind, they're going to also kill that, obviously. I was going to say we can play our Gigantoad, and then after that the Shoe Puff, but we're not going to do that here. Furion, Wild, Rose, Warrior. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it. So, with Job Select, I think Furion gets kind of insane. But there's not much we can do about it. I think we kind of just have to play ride the Shoe Puff here, and then we'll play a sad Gigantoad next turn. But then turn after that, we can start putting counters on things. And then hopefully our T-Rex art eventually is going to be pretty good. We'll get some life back. It's a 6/6 with Trample. So, could be worse. Also could be a whole lot better. So now, yeah, they'll get like double hero, which is really good. So they get 2/2/1s. Blazing Bomb is good as well. So we're taking 7. Which is pretty good. Pretty good. They'll get to keep the token too, which is good. So they just have like an extra 1/1 stick around. So we might get worked here. We'll play our Gigantoad, and hopefully you can hold on for like a second. Oh my gosh, into Samurai's Katana is insane. I think we might like literally be dead. How many is this? We're taking 9. I guess we have to block the Furion. And then they're probably going to use their Blazing Bomb to kill our Gigantoad. But, like, what else are we going to do? If we block like this, we take 10. Maybe that's better. And then we keep our Toad alive for a second. But if they have another equipment next turn, we just get housed by Furion here. So we do draw another land, which is, albeit not fantastic. Our biggest issue here is that we're dead. If we drew another creature, we would have had like an outside chance. But we are super, super dead here. So I'm gonna find the concede button. So y'all don't have to keep watching this. We are 1-1. We fall down there. Alright, jumping into this next one. Our opponent goes first again. We will keep this. I do think Town Greeter on 2 is decent. And it will help us to eventually cast a Blitzball and then a Gigantode. So can't complain too much here. And then I will say we've got some pretty fun top decks. The Poo Poo UFO. Y'all, we have the Cactuar and the Blitzball shot in hand. Okay, so we just need to get there. So we're going to play the Town Greeter here. We're going to go get another land. And then we're going to play the Blitzball. Then we're going to play the Toad. And then eventually we're going to play the Cactuar. And hopefully we can play the Blitzball shot on it. And it won't die. But we'll see. Clive's Hideaway is interesting. That is not a legendary creature. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria is pretty solid. We're just going to play a Blitzball here. Nothing, nothing spectacular. We're just building towards something great. We are not attacking. They are going to ramp into some good stuff here, but hopefully they will have a removal spell, and we can just kill them with one card and a dream. The Garnet is pretty good. They don't have a Saga creature now, which is cool, so we'll just take 2 here. And then Precious Wanderings is interesting. So I think we'll actually probably play that, so we can get to our Cactuar easier, and we can try and play it as a combat trick with the Town Greeter. So we're going to try that. We're going to try to trade with their Princess of Alexandria. We are not attacking. We will end our turn. I assume they'll put another land onto the field. Yeah, I mean, that's good. But do they have a Jumbo Cactuar they're ramping into? Summoner's Grimoire is not good. I will say, though, like, they'll attack with it once. They'll get something out of it, which is not bad. We are going to go get a land here. We'll put a counter on the Town Greeter. And then we will play out our Jumbo Cactuar. And hopefully, if we hold and they tap all the way out next turn, we have the combo in hand to play the Blitzball shot on the Jumbo Cactuar.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
They just can't kill it here. We want them to tap all the way out. They have a lot of things they could do. Chocobo Racetrack. Oh my gosh, is it happening? Is it happening? Summon Fat Chocobos, fine. Oh my gosh, it's happening. We're gonna do it! It's going to happen. We are gonna do 10,000 points of damage. Really 10,003. So we're gonna go to combat. We're going to attack with the Cactuar. And our opponent is going to get Cactuared. It is all happening. Oh my gosh. It is all happening!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
10,000 points of damage. We get there! I'm calling that a win. I'm giving away 3 extra packs on the video. So if you're watching this, if you just watch the Cactuar be so successful, leave a comment down below. I'll be giving away 3 packs to one of you. And we are now 2-1 on the day. Alright, hopping to this next one. We are continuing our streak of being on the draw, but I actually like this hand. So we can go Forest, Ochu into Town Greeter eventually, which will help us cast some of our more expensive spells. So, could be worse. Our opponent does not have anything. I think now we'll actually probably attack first. And then play our Torgal. It just allows us to ramp a little bit easier into something like a Giganttoad if we draw an untapped land next turn. So that's kind of my logic there. And then also the town greeters are humans. So they enter with an extra 1/1 counter on them because we have a dog. So I do think now we might actually go double town greeter. Is that psychotic? Make 2 2/2s, get 2 forests, and eventually Cactuar into the Blitzball shot? Could be worse. Alright, we get 1 forest. Can we get another? Alright, we get our other forest. And then I don't think we want to attack with the Ochu. I think a legitimate win condition is going to be now to pay 8 and make that thing a pain in the butt to block. They play a Reach the Horizon, which is solid. So takes out our ramping ability for a second on the Torgal Affine Hound. But I will say we weren't going to be doing that next turn, so it's kind of okay. Oh, that's first human spell. I'm just now realizing that. Okay, that's fine though. So we'll play our Giant Toad. I do think we'll attack first with our town greeters. If they want to block, that is fine by me. They do not want to. And then we will just play out our Giant Toad. Vanille is good. So they can go and get a T-Rexar, which is solid. They've also got the Balam Garden, which is really quite good. So they're also doing their thing over there. Wow, we just do our own T-Rexar, which is real solid. So I think that we are interested in attacking first. So we're going to attack with the Giant Toad. We'll see how they block. I will say, Blitzball Shot is so good here. So if we play Blitzball Shot, we save our Toad and kill both of their things, and then have a really good board the turn after that. We are giving up the dream of Jumbo Cactuar. We've already done the thing. So I think we are going to do that here. I'm going to give it +3/+3. We'll get to do some damage, and next turn we can play our Jumbo Cactuar. Turn after we can play the Giant T-Rex. They're going to play their own T-Rexar, which is good. They'll gain some life back, which is solid. But I do think us just clearing out the board there was really, really strong. So now we will play out the Jumbo Cactuar, which is quite solid. I mean, I will say, like, on this board, too, it's still attacking pretty decently. We are not going to be attacking. Chocobo Racetrack is actually pretty good. They could just tap that down and stun it. So that's solid for sure. They cannot quite attack us, which I'm glad that they did see. So if we play this, we'll have exactly 6 mana. So I think we're going to do that. And then we will cast our own Giant T-Rexar and then attack with the Giant Toad. Just offering a trade there. I think we're totally fine with that trade-off. Our 4-drop for their 6-drop. It seems pretty decent. Resentful Revelation is decent, so they'll probably get a land here so that they can make another bird. Summon Shiva is pretty good. They're going to keep our Cactuar tapped, which is solid. We did draw the Blitzball Shot, which is really nice. So I think we start by attacking, and we attack with the Ochu and the T-Rexar here. If they don't block, we can just activate this. And they're down to 3? That felt good. We have this still in hand. We're at 23. We're going to get to see an attack with the Cactuar too. Vanille is good, but they don't have the mana up to do anything with it, really. Oh, they can get the I thought it was a creature. Oh, nice. They can get stuck in Summoner Sanctum for our Jumbo Cactuar here, which is solid. Let's play our forest first so that we can activate the Ochu and the Cactuar here, or Ochu and the Blitzball shot. And they are going to tap down our Grand Pulse Ochu, and they have no idea what is coming for them. We're doing it again. They are going to take 10,003 points of damage. And we get them down to negative 9,998. It is all happening on this mono green run. All right, hopping into this next one, we continue not going first, but I think we're going to keep this. The Ochu is okay at like holding our opponent up for a second, and then we'll be able to forest cycle to get more lands to make this a little bit cheaper, so I think we're happy with that. So we'll keep this. And that's a great draw for us, so now we can go Gardener on 2 and hopefully try and ramp into some of our insanely costed creatures. Sahagin is decent. I do think we are fine trading. Is that crazy? Yeah, that is crazy. We're not fine trading. I'm not going to attack. We're just going to play the Gubu Gardener here. And hopefully we can draw some like 1 or more 2 like cheaper spells to play before we have to just wait until we can cast these crazy things. Looks like our opponent is eyeing some sort of removal effect, or maybe just reading our cards here. They've got a Lock Coal, which is pretty good. I will say, though, we have the Ochu, which is pretty decent at blocking that. So I think we just continue to hold off here. And then if they want to attack us, we can try and block with the Grand Pulse Ochu. Ultros Obnoxious Octopus is fine. I don't think they're going to want to attack into our Ochu. The Ochu is holding the fort down. So I think we're going to not go get a land with the T-Rexar so that we can play it next turn. Right now we've got 5 mana. We need 6. So we just need to hold on for 1 more turn. And then we can play the T-Rexar and eventually the Big Turtle and the Diamond Weapon. But I will say these cards are so expensive if we have nothing in our graveyard. So don't feel fantastic about it. But we hold up for 1 more turn. So I'm going to try just playing a T-Rexar. Hopefully they don't counter it. If they counter it, I'll be sad. They're going to counter it. And if it's for 4 mana, they can tap down our Grand Pulse Ochu. Maybe I should have played around that more. Yeah, so now they can attack us with the Lock Coal as well, which is really good. And we still can't play our Giant Turtle. But I will say, like, how do we play around that, really? We just don't play it. I feel like that's a loss in and of itself. But, yeah, we're going to be taking some hits here, for sure. For sure. We need to draw a creature we can play next turn. So we draw land, which is really bad. Really, really bad. So we cannot attack, and we still can't play any of our creatures that are good. So we're taking a hit here for sure. If they have a removal spell, it's kind of disastrous. We'll see what they do here. Okay, so they don't have a removal spell, because I think they would have just used it. So I think we're okay blocking and playing our Blitzball shot here, because I think that them attacking everyone means they did not have a removal spell. So we get to eat their creature, which is good. And then next turn we can still play the Ancient Giant Mega Turtle. Ject is really quite good. We could also get the Chocobo Racetrack online, which would be really interesting. I will say, I think us just playing out the Giant Turtle is going to be solid because they can't counter it right now, and then we can block the Ject pretty well. And then something of ours will die. I guess actually it won't, because it'll go to the Giant Turtle. If they can kill the Giant Turtle, we'll just toast it here. But if they can't, it's also got Ward 3, which is kind of crazy. Sleep Magic is good, so they can attack with the Ject, which is pretty solid. And the Lock Coal. So it would kill our thing, but we would make 10 tapped treasures. So we could play both of our things next turn. I think we're actually supposed to block. What does this turn into? A 7/7 with Menace. Yeah, I'm gonna block, and our. Oh, they both hit us? I did not read that card correctly. That's huge. Okay, so it didn't matter if we blocked or not. They were just killing that thing. Okay, so next turn we can go potentially Racetrack into Diamond Weapon. So we go Racetrack first. Forest. Make a bird into Diamond Weapon. Wait, why did it tap that? Oh, I did not want it to tap that. Just use our treasure, my friend. We had so many. I don't know why it just tapped down our creature. That might be really bad. But it won't. Because they cannot kill either of our things, which is great. Okay, so we have a giant toad, which is so cool. I think we just play that. And then we maybe attack with a diamond weapon. Because it's a pretty good blocker. Yeah, I think we attack with a diamond weapon first. If they want to block it and try and kill it, that's fine. But they're taking 8 now. We got to put some pressure on them. And we'll just play our giant toad. Which feels decent. I will say drawing Bartz and Boko now would actually be kind of okay. We get to kill something with this bird. But we're trying here. Side quest Hunk the Mark is insane. So they can kill our toad. They can tap down something else. And we're kind of toasted here. So we can kill the Ject. Or we can double block the Ject. But we're pretty dead. Oh, I guess it could kill the toad and tap down like our Gubu Gardener, which would be pretty good. Yeah, so they'll kill our... Oh, they're killing the weapon here. Okay, so we can still block the Ject, which is cool. It is nice, too, that, like, if we draw a land, we make a bird. Like, things could be worse. So we will trade with the Ject here, which is decent. They're trying to bait if they want to get in for 1 more damage. I think that is the right call to attack there. Because we are... We are certainly double blocking here. And taking 5. So here we will double block. And then we kind of need to draw action here to just keep up with the Ultimecia. I mean, that's going to be some really good value in addition to them making some treasures over there. Lunatic Pandora is actually pretty good. So I think we're supposed to just use that now and take out the Ultimecia. And just hold on. Hold the line. I would assume they're going to attack everywhere. Dealing 4 damage. And we'll have to play this a little bit defensively. The Final Days is really good. So they get to tap that down. Yeah, we're pretty much dead. Pretty much dead. I will say if we draw a go find a land spell, we're not dead. But here we are... Super dead. Super duper dead. And yeah, I mean, that's tough. Good game. Good game. We fought hard, I will say. Like, we were on our back leg. We fought as hard as we could. But we go down here, unfortunately. I'll let them see it out. Satisfying victory for them. Make a bajillion horrors. That card's pretty good. Just a little bit slow. And we'll take 8 here, which is tough. which is tough. You know, you don't want to see, you hate to see it. Hate to see it. And we go down, unfortunately. All right, hopping in this next one, we get to go first. I do think we keep this. It's actually kind of nice that we have the Town Greeter and the Diamond Weapon this time. It won't just sit in our hand the entire game. I guess we did play it last game. But here we can go mill 4 cards and make that a little bit cheaper and help ourselves go in and get in some lands. So more than happy with this start. So we'll start by playing a Forest into a Town Greeter next turn. Grand Pulse Ochu is also pretty decent for just kind of holding up for a second. Don't mind that at all. And we will look to load our graveyard with some lands, or some permanents really. So we've got 2 permanents, that would be 3. So this would cost 7. I think we're actually supposed to leave it there. We'll get a land with the Prisha's Wanderings, and we'll still be able to play the Grand Pulse Ochu. So I think we're supposed to leave that where it is. Here we will start by attacking. And we are going to play this at instant speed. If they counter it, whatever. Happens. They probably think we're looking for our second color here, but no, we are just playing a ton of forests. Fire Magic was not on my bingo card and is fine with me. So another permanent goes there. So this is now worth 5 mana. So we get to play this on 5. Hello. That feels good. That feels good to me. Wow. And we draw the trample effect as well. So Blitzball Shot could be huge for us here. On tap lane, we can go T-Rexar as well. So honestly, them killing that kind of worked out for us. Kind of nice. This is tough to kill. I will say that if they have the kills exiles target artifact, it's pretty solid. So now I do think we just play out all of our cards not named Balam T-Rexar. I don't feel the need to trample right now because we can just do 8 points of damage and play our Grand Pulse Ochu and then leave it up defensively if they have like a does 2 damage to the Ochu or something like that. I think we might consider saving it, and punching in for damage right now is not necessary. Realms sketching is so sick. Good for them. So they make a copy of our Diamond Weapon here, which is really good. I will say, like, we have a Grand Pulse Ochu, which is nice. Blitz and Boko is not great. We don't have any other birds at the moment. I do think we're supposed to attack with our Diamond Weapon here. And now if they block, we can Blitzball Shot. Yeah, that feels really good here. So we get to save ours and still do 3 points of damage. Oh, I'm just now realizing the bottom part of this card.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Can I do this? No, I cannot. Okay, so we don't kill it, which I'm just now realizing. And we can't kill it with our Ochu. I need to read the cards that I'm playing with. Okay, so that's bad. It's very bad for us. So they'll probably start to attack us here with that, which is not great. I will say untap land would be fantastic for us to get to play our T-Rexar. So they've got a ton of playable cards over there. I don't think they have a land, which is kind of crazy. And they are just going to pass to us, which is okay with us. So we will play a land. We will put a 1/1 counter on our Grand Pulse Ochu, I guess. It's going to be hard to attack through this thing. We need some sort of removal spell for it. And then we'll play our T-Rexar. Self-destruct is fine. And then we'll play our T-Rexar. Oh, if they can counter it with this, that would be a huge bummer. A huge bummer. I maybe didn't see that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so maybe it would have been smarter for us to play the Barton Boko there. But we're both having troubles with the Diamond Weapon, that it's going to be fine. BD Orniteer is really good. So I think we're supposed to just play the Bards and Boko now. Doesn't feel great. Or maybe we just play a Blitzball. And we just wait to see if we can draw some like the Chocobo Raceway, so we can make some birds, and then we'll just keep not attacking. We both are having a lot of issues with the Diamond Weapon at the moment. They are doing nothing, so I think we do nothing right back, and then we'll make our shoot buff into a 7/7. Weird game we're having here. I will say this is why I love Realms sketching. Crazy stuff happens, and you can just copy it and stabilize. Otherwise, we would have stomped them with this Diamond Weapon and won a long time ago. So I'm a huge fan of that card. I think it's really good. We will just make this into a 7/7. We do draw a land, which is interesting. I think we probably put the counter on the shoot buff, and we'll try to make it into a 9 toughness thing so we can attack with both of ours. And we'll just play the Bards and Boko and the Gubu Gardener here. Thunder Magic is pretty good. So they take out our Bards and Boko. It doesn't do anything. So just played a removal spell on it, so that's okay. And now every land we draw, we get closer to being able to shoot buff and Diamond Weapon, which I think actually will feel decent. But they are super stuck. There they go. They get their 4th land, but they have all action in their hand, which is terrifying. A horrible feeling. And we have a bunch of green cards. I don't really know what a good draw for us would be. I guess the Giant Tortoise would be decent. But it's not looking great here for us. If we could also find our 1 removal spell to help us kill the Diamond Weapon, that'd be kind of awesome. Then we could actually start attacking and doing some work here. Jumbo Cactuar is interesting. I think we just play it. Am I supposed to play around a counter? I can't. They can make a bajillion mana. I think we just play it. If they counter it, they counter it. Like, whatever. Great. Nice work. Yep. Yep. So they are just continuing to counter everything. I will say this does get pretty solid, but they can't attack us with it. We've got a lot of health, so it's fine. Opponent just sitting on a bajillion counters does not feel great. And we're just waiting to draw a removal spell. Obsidian Elder is fine. Maybe their goal is to just ping us down with a bunch of wizards and just control. Okay, so I guess we just put the counter on the shoot buff here. But even that's not great. I think we're just like slowly losing this, which is fine. I mean, our deck is kind of a joke, and they're playing like mythics and multicolored cards that are good, but we're kind of just getting stonewalled here. If we somehow could have found out a way to remove this, it would have been so good. But we just didn't see a ton of green removal effects, unfortunately. Sure, so they can return something to our hand, which is decent. Although it's not that insane. We'll just cast it next turn. Maybe they want to attack with the Diamond Weapon here, or the Lord Master of Hell. So if we block with the shoot buff, I think we're supposed to block. I mean, how bad could this possibly go? Yeah, sure. Fantastic. You kill our shoot buff. We're going to activate it again. How about that? How you like that? I mean, we're going down here regardless. I don't know what we could have drawn to get us out of this. But like another T-Rexar was not going to do it. We'll play the Diamond Weapon, I guess. If they counter this, I'm going to die laughing. I'm good. Okay, we get some life back. You know, we're right back where we were. Maybe we're not supposed to block there, but I will say, like, what else are you going to do? Combat tutorial is pretty good. It would be hilarious if our opponent decked themselves, though, and couldn't figure out how to kill us. But they'll just start attacking with this and doing bajillion damage, which is good. I mean, 8 damage to the face is pretty sick. The giant turtle is interesting. We're playing it. If they counter it, great. So, yeah. I probably should have conceded a while ago, to be honest. I'm going to do it now to save you all the trouble of watching this and save myself the trouble of playing this out, because we don't have any outs to this. So no matter what we draw, it's just something big and stompy, and they just have endless things to do here. So we're not going to attack. We're going to leave. We're going to be done. And we go down. So we go down in that final match today. All right, so here is the deck that gets it done today. We were 3-3. Look, I thought it was pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And because of this, we're giving away 1 pack to one of you based on my 3 wins. All you have to do is to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below on how you think I did. I will say, too, I'm also giving away 3 because we did the Jumbo Cactuar thing. I'm going to be picking 2 different people. So make sure you are subscribed and commenting, and hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, if you like more chaotic content, I'm doing tons of it. So hit that subscribe button and follow along. Thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time.